everybody.
You're up.
Filling in for Marlon today. So we're going to start off in embryo pose on our knees and shins. Big toes are coming together, so are the ankles. A lot of times you'll get that little splay out of the heels, which is fine. Knees coming together, so bring your knees together, big toes, ankles coming together. We start by rounding the spine here. So the crown of your head is going to come in front of your knees, and your third eye is going to come towards your knees. So round the spine here, not creating the length. We're creating the length by rounding the spine, not by stretching it forward. We are going to do that in a moment. I want you to see if you can bring your eye sockets to your knees. Bring your eye sockets to your knees so that you get that deep rounding in the spine. Your third eye should not be on the mat, but the crown of the head should be on your mat. Bring your right hand, palm facing up to the sacrum, and then your left wrist into that right hand. Bring your right hand to the top of the sacrum and your left wrist into that right hand. And pinch and roll out your left wrist. You got one person not doing it. Right hand to your sacrum, left hand into there. And again, think about your eye sockets coming towards your knees. Roll through your left wrist. I want you to feel the compression of the belly into the top of the thighs. I want you to feel the rounding of the spine. I want you to think about your hips as you compress them together and pull them back. We get a nice little compression of the hips. Let's reverse the grip. Left hand, palm facing up. Right wrist into your left hand. As always, we're calming our breath in and out through the nose. Not forcing the breath out the mouth at all, but using the breath in and out through the nose to find that calmness. We're here just for another 5, 4, 3, 2. Now for the next 5 breaths, we're going to bring our hands to our heels and ankles. Keeping the big toes touching, see if you can squeeze your heels and your ankles together. And you will feel that maybe a little discomfort through the tops of the feet into the ankles as you realign the tops of the feet. 5 breaths here, coming in and out through the nose into the lower part of the lungs into the belly. Find that length from the tops of the feet. Big toe and little toe pressing down and away. And you're stretching the tops of the feet into the ankles, into the shins. About 2 more breaths here, 2 more breaths here, and we'll change the dynamic totally of the posture into our child's pose, Vinyasa. Keeping the big toes touching. On your next inhale, we're going to swim the arms forward. We're going to release the third eye to the mat, and we're going to open the knees as wide as you can. We released the hips with a nice little opening, but we still have the compression of them as they open. We released the rib cage in between the thighs, so now that we can breathe freely without any restriction of those rib heads opening up. As you pull the hips back to the heels, we lengthen from the hips to the side bodies. lengthening the spine through the shoulder girdle, through the crown of the head, out your fingertips. So 3 major different things from our embryo pose to our child's pose. Instead of rounding the spine, we're stretching and lengthening the spine to open it up. I just want you to take your fingertips in the mat and walk them out a little bit more to stretch from the pelvic girdle through the crown of the head. A little bit more stretch. Your third eye is to the mat, keeping the spine in the same long line. Finding that nice calm breath here, in and out through the nose. No need to worry about any ujjayi breath in this room. Ujjayi breath is a heating breath. And today we're going to use our breath to calm ourselves down instead of adding extra heat or any extra tension. Walk the fingertips out just a little bit further in front of you. Keeping the hips glued to the heels, walk the hands over to the right side. So we're getting a nice deep left side body stretch. Same thing on the right side. We're not dumping into the right side, but we're still stretching. Lifting up and out of that right hip through the right side body, through the shoulder, through the fingertips. So both the left and right side body are stretching and lengthening. We're here for 3. Feel that stretch as you calmly breathe for 2. For 1, walk the hands back to center. And then all the way over to the left. Remember to keep reaching and lengthening, especially the left side body. Don't just dump in the left side body. Lift up and out of your left side body as you get that deeper stretch through the right side body. Really stretch and reach through the arms. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. For 1, bring the hands back to center and just close the knees to the side of the rib cage. Just bring the knees to the side of your rib cage. We're going to talk about the breath. We're going to release and start to activate the core with a little lion's breath here. So I want you to use your intercostal muscles on your inhale. Open up those rib heads. Bring as much air in the lungs as you can. And then your exhale, you stick the tongue out and engage the core. Keep engaging to squeeze everything out of the lungs. Again, big inhale, open up the rib heads, breathing in as much air as you can. And exhale, let it go. Now we return back to our normal calm breathing in and out through the nose for the rest of the class, unless we do another certain type of pranayama. So your knees should be touching your rib heads. We don't want them too far open for this next movement that we're going to take. So close your knees off that little bit to the rib heads. Close them off, not so wide. You do not want them wider than your shoulder girdle. Keep reaching through the hands, and we're going to do these rolling cows back to our child's pose. So on our inhale, we come up, and you drop the belly, raise the head, look up. And then exhale, use your core to draw the hips back as the hips come back to the heels. Inhale, come up. Drop the belly, raise the head, look up. And then exhale, use your core, keep pressing the floor away the whole time. Inhale, come up, drop the belly, raise the head, look up. And exhale, use your core to draw the hips up and back as you press the floor away. About 3 to 5 more of these. So we're starting to get that movement, a little opening in the hips, but that activation of the core as we release it when we come forward in our cow. And then the exhale, we pull it up and back through the hips towards the heels to come back to our child's pose. And we're going to move through some static cow-cats here in a moment. Follow your breath. The next inhale, come up, drop the belly, raise the head, look up. Keep your table position. As you exhale, pull the core up and in, rounding the spine, pulling the chin to the chest. Inhale, release the core, drop the belly, raise the head, and look up. And on your exhale, Uddiyana Bandha pulls up and in to round the spine, and that will pull the chin to the chest. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the head and look up. Exhale, deep core work here. Pressing that floor away the whole time. Just like 3 to 5 more of these, undulating through your spine. And also working on that connection of the breath and the movement. And then when you've got your 3 to 5, the next minute will be yours for anything that you need. Maybe some big old hip opening circles. Going back and then come all the way forward for that nice upward facing dog, opening the heart and chest. Lots of variations for you in your next minute to find what your body needs. 30 more seconds, 30 more seconds. Add on to a few things that we've already been doing. Start to make your way to our neutral table. Keep the shoulders over the back of the hands. The top of the feet are pressing back and away, and we're just going to slide the feet back. The shoulders stay over those hands, and we come into this upward facing dog. The knees can be down, but I want you to think about the big toe and little toe pressing down. Shoulders press through the hands to come away from the ears, and then you pull the two shoulder blades together to lift the heart and chest to stretch it open. Pressing the pubic bone down, elongating the spine from the tops of the feet through the crown of the head. Now press the tops of the feet back and away. Engage the quadriceps and lift the kneecaps off the mat. So the only thing into the floor are your hands pressing away and the tops of your feet reaching back. Pull the hips down, shoulder blades together, lift the heart and chest for 3. For 2. I want you to inhale, lift up a little higher, and then exhale back to our table. Inhale, right arm up, roll out the right wrist. Don't dump into your left shoulder here. Press through that left hand, lift up and out of your left shoulder. And just circle your wrist and wiggle the fingers for 3. For 2, as we thread the needle, right hand underneath your left shoulder, we come into that right shoulder. And I want you to walk your left hand out in front of your left shoulder. Lengthen through your left palm. So the left hand should be right out in front of your left shoulder, reaching towards the base of the mountain. Bring your left hand towards the base of the mountain, to create that length. Hips are square with your knees and your feet. Getting a nice little twist through the belly, through the spine. Press that left hand down and reach it straight out in front of you so that you get that nice length from the top of your hips through that left hand. You can add on by bringing the left hand around the lower back, reaching for the inside of the right thigh. Try to get that left shoulder stacked over the right. You want to add on one more time, finding our balance in our right shoulder and right knee. Lift the left foot straight up and back. Keep your hips squared here. Don't rotate that left hip open, reach it straight back. We're here for 3. Dorsiflexion of your left toes. We're here for 2. For 1, the left knee comes back down first. Release the left arm long, straight out in front of you. And then bring the left hand back underneath your shoulder. And inhale the right arm up as we hold for 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. and 1. Right hand comes down. Press into that right palm. Inhale, left arm up. Twisting the belly, twisting the spine here by pressing into that right hand. Lift up and out of your right shoulder. Now wiggle out your right wrist. And as you wiggle the wrist, get into the fingers at the same time. We're here for 3, trying to get those shoulders stacked over top of each other. Think about our warrior 2 arms here for 3, for 2, for 1. Thread that left hand right underneath the right shoulder. Come into your left shoulder. And then walk your right hand out in line with your right shoulder, going towards the base of the mountain. Being able to use that right hand. Mike, you want to, hey. Full space right there. Reach that right hand straight through the whole arm. Use that arm as a lever to help twist the spine. Grounding your feet back and away. You can stay here if you want to take it a step further. Bring that right hand back in and around the lower back, reaching for the inside of your left quadricep. Hips still stay square. And then if you want to take it a step further from here, release the right leg straight back. So don't allow the right hip to flare open. The right hip is staying square. The twist comes from the lower belly, lower spinal muscles. So if that right hip is trying to stack over your left, pull it down so that you get the twist. Dorsiflexion of your toes for 3, for 2, for 1. Right foot comes down first, right knee down. Release your left arm long, right out in front of you again. Right arm long. Right hand comes back underneath the shoulder. And then inhale, left arm up. Get that right shoulder over top of your right fingertips for 3, for 2, for 1. Left hand down. We're going to inhale the right foot straight back now. Bring the right heel to the right glute, the knee out to the side, and we circle the knee. So look at my shoulders stay over the back of the hands. My left hip stays over my right knee. We're just moving through the ball and socket. So try to keep your torso nice and firm. Don't become a broken table even though we're just making these circles in the right hip. Learning to isolate the hip. If you haven't switched the circles, switch them. For 3. For 2. Our left hand is going to become a base in a modified side plank as we step that right foot in line with your left. Stack that left shoulder over the back of the hands. And then raise that right arm up. So again, your shoulders should be stacked here. Right shoulder directly over your left. We press into that left palm to lift up and out of the shoulder as we stretch through the right fingertips. Press the blade edge of your right foot down. The whole foot is pressing down and in line with the back of the mat going towards the bathroom. Right quadricep is engaged. Now pull the core in as we inhale that right arm over your right ear. Reach and stretch. So from the blade edge of your right foot through the fingertips, as we pull the core in and engage the right quadriceps, we're using our engaged muscles to stretch the body for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale into the stretch. Exhale, right hand down, right knee. Inhale, drop your belly, raise your head, find our cow. Exhale, chin in, belly up and in. One more time. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the head, look up. And exhale, use your core to round the spine, chin to the chest. Inhale to a neutral spine. And we stay for the exhale. Now we inhale the left leg straight back. So dorsiflexion of your left leg. As you press the floor away with those hands, you reach to the crown of the head. Keep your hips square as you bring your left heel in. And now you circle the left knee. Forward. Shoulders stay over the back of the hands, and you keep pressing through those hands. Opening just the left hip. You can switch the circles. We bring the knee up and out. When we switch the circles, the motion of that leg will put us into our modified side plank. Right hand becomes the base. Look at the right shoulder is over the back of the hand. As you step that left foot in line with your right, bringing that left arm up. So when we're here doing our circles, as we step, we just open as we stack the shoulders. Don't shrug the shoulders, press, lift up and out of that right shoulder. My right quadricep is engaged as I press through the blade edge of my right foot. On your inhale, pull the core in and bring that left bicep over your ear. Reach and stretch. Pull the core in as we stretch. Left quadricep is engaged as we stretch for 3. For 2, inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, left hand down, left knee follows. We wash it out. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the head, look up. Exhale, press the floor away, pull the core up and in, chin to the chest. We're gonna hold this static count. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the head, look up. Pull the belly down. Press through those palms, lift up and out of the shoulders. So the shoulders are coming away from the ears as you lift your throat and heart and chest up. So pressing into those palms for 3. For 2, follow your breath. Inhale, a little deeper stretch. And then exhale, pull that core up and in. Pinning your chin to the chest, rounding the spine. Keep pressing that floor away. Keep pinging the chin to the chest. Keep pulling the belly up and in for 3. For 2. For 1. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the head and look up. On your exhale, we curl the toes under, we keep pressing the floor away, we lift our hips up and back, downward facing dog. 1 minute in your downward dog. Take it for a stroll. Find movement here. Find movement in your downward dog. Keep grounding your hands down, just like our table position. The whole hand is pressing into the mat, especially from the thumb to the index finger. A lot of times there likes to be a little pop-up in that area. But the knuckles are pressing down, the palms are pressing down, and all your fingers are pressing down. Using your hands as the foundation. There's an external rotation in the shoulders here as we reach through the hands. Allows the triceps to roll down and back, and it allows the biceps to roll up. About 15 more seconds, 15 more seconds. Bring your feet together. Big toes and ankles are touching together. Inner knees and inner thighs are squeezing together. We're going to do these 3 rolling high planks. So keep pressing the floor away the whole time. Inhale, lift your heels, and then roll all the way out to your high plank on that inhale. Shoulders come over your knuckles, over your fingernails. Exhale, use your core to lift the hips up and back. Inhale, roll all the way out to our high plank. Exhale, use your core to lift the hips up and back. One more time. Inhale, roll all the way out to our high plank. And exhale, lower down to our bellies. We're going to do a little different variation of our cobra. You're going to bring your fingertips out in line with your shoulders. Fingertips are right underneath the elbows. There's a 90-degree angle. Bring your big toes and ankles to touch. Squeeze the inner knees, inner thighs. Lift your kneecaps by engaging your quadriceps. On our inhale, we're going to roll up. Straighten through the arms. Belly, heart and chest, head comes up last. And then exhale, belly comes down. Chest comes down, head comes down. Ground your feet the whole time. Don't lift them. On an inhale, lift up. Ground your feet, engage the quadriceps. Lift up. And exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, roll all the way up. Straighten through the arms. Exhale, lower down. Hands right underneath your shoulder. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. 30 seconds in your downward dog. Take it for a stroll. Find movement here. movement in your downward dog? What do you need in your downward dog? In your downward dog, as you're walking out, the feet can be together or hip distance. Yogi's choice. About 10 more seconds, walk your dog. Maybe shake your head, yes and no. Find a little movement in the neck. Keep lengthening the neck as you shake it out. Big toes, ankles come together again. Inner knees, inner thighs squeezing together. On an inhale, lift your heels and roll all the way out to your high plank. Get the knuckles, or get your shoulders over your fingernails. Get your heels over your toes to create that length. As we hold for 5, pull the core up and in to draw those hips so they don't sag. Core is engaged, shoulder girdle pressing the floor away. Glutes engaged, quadriceps and hamstrings hugging the femur for 3. As you calmly breathe into the posture for 2. On your exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Release the tops of the feet back. So you press the tops of the feet down and together. So you squeeze the inner knees, inner thighs together. Bring your big toes, ankles to touch. Engage the quadricep, lift your kneecaps. So now the only contact are going to be the tops of the feet and your pubic bone. Arms out to that halfway T. On an inhale, roll up. Straighten through the arms, keep the arms straight, and then we're just going to drop the right shoulder. Come back up through center. Drop your left shoulder down. 2 more times on your own. Right shoulder. Keep the feet pressing back and away. Up. You're getting this little twist in the spine, not in the hips. 1 more time through. Come back to center. Press the floor away as we hold for 3. Ground the feet back and away. Lift and lengthen the heart and chest and the spine towards the top of the mountain. The lumbar is engaged, but it's not pinching, it's lengthening for 3. For 2, inhale into it. Exhale, lower, hands underneath the shoulder. Inhale, high plank. Exhale back, downward facing dog. 15 more seconds in your downward dog, and then we're going to start to move with some sun salutations. Warm the body with a couple sun salutations, and then get it going even further with a couple sun bees, and then right into the flow. Five more seconds. Now again, the feet can be together or hip distance from here on out, yogi's choice. Keep reaching through the hands. Press the whole hand down. All the knuckles are pressing down. No space underneath your hands. Keep reaching through them as you inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, take baby steps, feet to your hands. The whole time, press the floor away. Maybe you just need to bend your knees to keep your palms on the mat. Walk your feet right in between your hands with the palms on the mat. So now your toes and your fingers are in one line. Knees are bent as much as you have to press the whole palm onto the mat. And then from your shoulder girdle through the palms, you're pressing the floor away. Use your core to lift the hips up, and you can start to straighten through the legs. But as soon as your chest comes off your thighs, you've gone too far. And we'll hold it for 3. Press that floor away, palms, shoulder girdle. Core is uplifting the hips for 2. For 1, hands to shin, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Windmill the arms up. Seal the palms. Bring your drishti as you seal the palms up, lengthen. Exhale, reach, dive. Forward fold. Hands to shin, halfway lift. Look at exhale, bend the knees and plant the hands, chest on your thighs. We're using our shoulder girdle here and our core to step back to high plank. To lower halfway chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. On your exhale, step, hop, or float. We're going to add on. Hands to shin, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Arms out to a T, reverse swan dive all the way up. Lift and lengthen. Seal the palms. And as we keep that length, we find a side bend up and out to the right. So we're not just dumping into the right side body. We're still lifting up and out of the right side body. Just seal the palms together. Using your shoulder girdle strength to seal the palms together. Lift up and out of that left side body for 3, for 2, for 1. We inhale. Keep the palms sealed. Palms are sealed together. Now reach up and out to the left side as you get that deep right side body stretch. And we're using our palms to lift the spine, to lengthen it in the side body stretch for 3, for 2, for 1, we inhale the center, keep the palms together, press the hips forward, lift the heart and chest as you roll the head back, getting into your back bend for 3, for 2, for 1, inhale straight up, keep looking at your hands as you exhale, reach, dive, forward fold. That will keep the spine lengthening. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, chest to the thighs. Press the floor away and use your core to lift the hips. Keep that activation of the core and the shoulder girdle as you step back high plank. Lower halfway chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. On your exhale, we meet downward facing dog. One more time with our sun in. Inhale, lift the heels. On your exhale, step, hop, or float. Hands to shin, halfway lift. Forward fold, arms out to a T. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Lift and lengthen up. Seal the palms. So we're creating this length in the whole body. And then bring the palms, fingertips to the left side. So reach. Those palms are together and you stretch from your feet through the fingertips. Get that nice deep right side body stretch. Stretching the spine with this nice little bend for 3, for 2. For 1, inhale, lengthen the center, and then exhale to the right side. Trying to keep the shoulders through the chest, through the hips, through your knees and ankles in one line. Squeeze those palms together for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale, lengthen the center, and then the exhale. We push the hips forward, lift the heart and chest, roll the head back, seal the palms up and back. Again, use those sealed palms to stretch your back in this back bend. Lift up and out for 3, for 2. Keep the palms sealed. On your inhale, you come up and you're looking up at your sealed palms. You keep looking. In your exhale, dive, forward fold. Hands to shin, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands right next to the feet. Core and shoulder girdle are engaged. You can step back to high plank, or you can hop to bend elbows, chaturanga. Roll through your vinyasa. We meet in downward dog. Press the floor away. On your inhale, lift the heels. Your exhale, step, hop, or float. Hands to shin, halfway lift. Forward fold on your exhale. And I want you to use any grip that you would like on your feet, your heels, your ankles, to stretch the spine down. You can use the Bikram grip, you can peace toe grip your toes, you can use gorilla grip, any grip that you want to. So we're using our shoulder girdle and our bicep strength to stretch the spine all the way from the coccyx through the crown of the head down. And then from our heels all the way into the hamstring attachment into the hips, we're stretching up using our strength. Find that grounding through the feet. Bring the hips a little more forward. 60% of your weight and energy should be in the ball of the foot. 40% should be in the heel. Bring those hips forward. We're just here for 3. We're here for 2. For 1. Inhale, hands to shin, halfway lift. Exhale, Forward fold, reverse swan dive, all the way up. On our inhale, we lengthen, we're gonna twist open arm twist to the right. Keep the hips square, don't allow the hips to open. Inhale, lengthen the center. Exhale, twist to the left. Look how my hips stay square. Inhale up, one more time through. Exhale to the right. Inhale the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale the center. On our exhale, cactus the arms, press the hips forward, keep the head right on top of the shoulders. Press the hips so far forward, and then when you can't, you roll the head back, lifting the heart and chest even more. Getting a little deeper into our back bend for 3. For 2. For 1. Inhale, come up, release the arms up, seal the palms, exhale, chair, Utkatasana. You can keep those palms sealed. Pull the core. Pull your belly button into your lumbar spine to help lengthen it. And if your hips are coming down towards the heater, bring your hips so that they're square as you pull the core in. You lengthen the spine. There's a lengthen in the spine. In the first series of Bikram, we create a little back bend, but here, there's no back. Oh, nice adjustment, Zoe. There is no back bend. It's a nice long spine as we stretch for 3. For 2. For 1. Inhale up, you can find the back bend at the top. And then exhale, reach, dive, forward fold. Hands to shin, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step hop, float your way back. Never hopping to that plank. Only hopping to bent elbows, chaturanga. We want our bent elbows to act like shock absorbers. We don't want our shoulders to act like shock absorbers from when we jump back. Inhale, lift the heels. On the exhale, step on the float. Hands to shin, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive all the way up, seal the palms. We go to the left with the twist. Twist open to the left. Inhale the center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, lift and lengthen. This one we're gonna hold. Exhale, open arm twist. Now look at it, if that left hip follows the shoulder, bring it forward for 3. For 2, you get those side obliques engaged. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, to the right. Push the right hip forward, right arm goes back for 3. For 2. For 1. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, and at the same time the hips go forward. Keep the head stacked on the shoulders, how it was. And then when you can't press the hips any more far forward, roll the head back, lifting the heart and chest even more. We're gonna add on in a second here for in 3. In 2, keep your back bend. Just inhale the arms straight back and seal the palms. A little deeper into the back bend for 3. For 2. For 1, inhale straight up. Exhale, reach, dive, forward fold. Hands to shin, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, bend the knees, step back to high plank, or hop to bent elbows, chaturanga. Run through your vinyasa. I'm going to add on just a little hip opening. Keeping your hips square. Everyone's hips are so square right now with their shoulders and their hands and their knees and their feet. Our 3-legged dog, we do not rotate the hip up. The hip goes straight back. So inhale, right foot straight back. So from your hands through the hip, dorsiflexion of your foot, drop your right hip in line with your left. Not opening the right side body either, we're lengthening it straight back. Right heel to the right glute. Right knee to the sky, and then we're going to circle out that right knee in our downward dog. 3 to 5 circles each direction. For 3. Find opposite direction. For 2. For 1. Inhale, right foot straight back. Exhale, knee to nose, high plank. Again, can you get your shoulders over your knuckles? Press that floor away from the shoulder girdle through the hands. Use your core to lift the hips up. Step your right foot between the hands. Keep the hands where they are underneath the shoulder girdle. Drop your left heel in line with your right. Press through the blade as your left foot already. bringing your left hip forward. Inhale the arms straight out and up, warrior one. So we want the two heels in one line, or your left heel can be 1 inch on the outside to get that left hip more forward. So we want to square it, and this back foot should be at a 45-degree angle, not parallel, not the other, going towards the other foot, yeah. That will help get that left hip a little bit more forward. So we're squaring the hips off into our warrior one. My hips weren't this square years ago. It's taken a lot of pressing through that blade to that left foot, but that quadricep engaged to help lengthen those hip flexors as they open up that little bit for 3. For 2. Inhale, reach and stretch up. Exhale, reach the hands straight out underneath the shoulder girdle. Lift the left heel, bring the right knee into the chest, high plank for 3. For 2. Inhale, right foot to meet the left. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg long. Keep that hip square. Hip is square. Then as you bring the left heel to the left glute, now that left knee is reaching straight back. Don't open that left hip, square it down. Now circle out your left knee. Make those circles into the hips. For 3. Change the direction if you haven't. For 2. Inhale, left foot straight back. Exhale, knee to nose, high plank. Again, get the shoulders over the back of the hands and press those hands down. Use your core to lift the hips up as you step that left foot between your hands. So your feet should be hip distance as you drop that right heel in line with your left heel. Are they in line? Don't dissect your inside so you can bring your... There you go, that's perfect. Hands are right underneath the shoulders. Press through the blade as your right foot, bringing the right hip forward. Inhale the arms straight out and up. And it's not easy. As soon as you bring those arms out and up, the hip flexors want to pull the hip open. But you got to use the strength of your left quadricep, or right quadricep, to the blade as your right foot to push and lengthen it a little bit more forward. Arms are up. Ground down through those feet for 3. For 2. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, release. Hands come straight out underneath the shoulder. Lift your right heel up. Bring the left knee into the chest, high plank. Hold it for 3. For 2. For 1. Inhale, left foot to meet the right. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, step, hop, or float to the front of the mat. Hands to shin, halfway lift. Forward fold on your exhale, reverse swan dive. Inhale all the way up. Seal the palms. Exhale into your chair, Utkatasana. We're going to take a break right after this. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, sink a little lower, squeezing inner knees. Bring your big toes, ankles to touch. Big toes, ankles to touch in this chair. Big toes, ankles to touch for 3. Breathe calmly in and out through the nose for 2. On your next inhale, lift and lengthen up, seal the palms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Grab a little drink, take a little break. Start at the top of our mat in our mountain pose. And that grounding Shut your eyes down just for a moment. Shut the eyes down as you ground down through the feet. Shoulders are pulling away from the ears through the fingertips towards your mat. And then you pull the two shoulder blades together. So activate your shoulder girdle. Ground down through the feet. Big toes and ankles touch. Bring your feet together. Bring your feet together. Mountain pose. Shut your eyes down as I said. And now hug all the muscles to the bone. And see if you got a little wavering back and forth with your eyes shut down. But see if you can find that stillness as you press the feet down. Quadriceps engage as you hug the knees and inner thighs together. Pull your core in. Engage the core. Shoulders away from the ears through the fingertips and then reach through the crown of the head. See if you can find that stillness. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. Next inhale. Open your eyes, windmill the arms up, seal the palms. Exhale back into our chair. Squeeze the palms together if you can. Pull the core in. We're here for 3. For 2, we're going to sink a little deeper. So inhale, lift the heart and chest up. And then exhale, hands come to heart center as you sit as low as you can. We keep the heart and chest lifted as we bring the left elbow outside the right knee. Do not come to the tricep. Your left elbow just barely touches your left knee. Now if your two thumbs are by your right shoulder, press into the palms to lift the heart and chest to bring your two thumbs to the center of your chest. So press into it. Keep the heart and chest lifted. So we're not here in a forward fold. We press and we use our strength to help lift and twist the spine. Grounding into your left foot. Bring your right heel to the glute. Hold for 3. For 2. For 1. Right foot comes back down. Knees and feet are in one line. Keep pressing into those palms. Now lift your left heel up for 3. For 2. Keeping the twist, release the left leg straight up and back, and slowly step it back into our crescent twist. You can open them up, bird wings. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. Watch a big inhale and then lift and twist, and exhale, windmill, right arm back, low 5. Your left hand, come up to our crescent. Inhale. Into our lifted crescent, and then exhale, open up, warrior 2. We're going to find breath to movement here with reverse trikonasana back to our warrior 2. So on our inhale, flip, reverse trikonasana, exhale, bend that right knee, warrior 2. Keep the side body in one line. Inhale, reverse trikonasana, exhale, warrior 2. This one we hold. Inhale, reverse trikonasana. So your feet, your knee, and your hip, side body, through the right armpit, through the crown of the head are all in one line. Lengthening from that right foot. Press that right foot down if you can. It's all good. You know what you're doing. So we're grounding through that right foot, engaging the right quadricep, and then we lift up and up. Coming into our trikonasana in 3. In 2. Inhale into our reverse, and then exhale, windmill, right arm out and down. I use the back of my right hand on the inside of my ankle because I can't quite grab my toes yet. Stacking my shoulders. Think about those warrior 2 arms. Warrior 2 arms. Reach and stretch. Stretch your right fingertips down and the left fingertips up. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. For 1, we slowly come up. Keep those arms straight out. Toe heel your left foot in once. And then we windmill the heart and chest open. Again, think about your warrior Virabhadrasana 1 legs. Left hand comes to the outside of your right foot. Right arm up into our revolving pyramid, or our revolving trikonasana. Lengthen the spine here. So the spine is lengthening. Hips are working to be square. Again, the twist, lower belly, lower spine. Works its way through the crown of the head. Look up at your right hand if you can. Look up at your right hand or towards it. That will keep the spine twisting in the right direction. If you actually look down, then the spine twists the wrong way. You want to lift it up for 3. Do whatever you can for 2. For 1. Big inhale into the length. Exhale, right hand down. Lift your left heel up. Plant the left hand underneath the left shoulder. Bring that right knee, bend it forward. Press the floor away, right knee into the chest. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. You can keep that right leg lifted for Ekapada Chaturanga or just right foot to meet the left. Through high plank, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. On the exhale, step, hop, or float. Hands to shin, halfway lift. Forward fold, arms out to a T, reverse swan dive. All the way up. Seal the palms up. Exhale into our chair, our Utkatasana. Squeeze those inner knees, inner thighs together. Try to squeeze the palms together. For 3. For 2. We follow our breath. We inhale, lift up a little higher. And then exhale, hands come to heart center. And you sit as low as you can with the heart and chest lifted. Right elbow outside your left knee. See if you can get your shoulders to stack over top of each other in the center line of the body in your twist. 2 feet are together. Lifting, twisting, ground into your right foot. See if you can bring your left heel up and in for 3. For 2. For 1, left foot down. Plant into your left foot. Bring that right heel to the right glute. For 3. For 2. And then slowly move that right foot back. Keep it lifted as long as you can before you set it back into this revolving crescent. Open them up, bird wings. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. We inhale into the depth of the posture. Exhale, windmill the left arm back and down as you low 5. The right hand coming up into our crescent warrior. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. When we find that little movement, on our inhale, we flip the left palm up, straight through the left leg. And then exhale back, bend that left knee, warrior 2. Inhale, flip, reverse, triangle. Exhale, warrior 2, this one we hold. Inhale, flip, reverse, triangle. Keeping shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles in one line. Lengthening the spine, so we pull the spine up and bend it back in our triangle. Ground through that left foot. Engage your left quadricep. We're here for 3. For 2. Inhale, a little bit far back, so we inhale into it, and then exhale, windmill, left arm out and down, right arm up. Find your triangle. I use the back of my left hand just on the inside of my ankle or my shin and calf muscle. And I press the back of my hand into that to help create that stability, but I'm also reaching the fingertips down as I stretch through the right fingertips. We're here for 3. Reach and stretch. From the blade of that right foot. For 2. For 1, our big inhale as we lift and twist. And then exhale, we slowly come up. Arms are out to a T. Toe heel that right foot in once. You can do it twice if you need to. And then we twist the heart and chest open. Hips are square. Right hand to the outside of your left foot. Left arm up. Working on pressing into that right hand, that right palm. Lifting up and out of your right shoulder and using that right arm as a little lever to help twist the heart and chest open. For 3. For 2. For 1, left hand comes where the right hand is. Right hand comes underneath the shoulder. Lift your right heel up, bend your left knee into the chest. For 3. And maybe you have that Ekapada on the side for 2. Inhale, left foot straight back, high plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg long. On the exhale, knee to nose, high plank. Coming into our Gomukhasana. So drop your left knee to the mat and then you take the right over top. So now we're just into our knees. Separate the feet away from each other so that you can sit back, hips between the heels. Oh. A block is great to sit on if you need to. We're working on stacking the knees over each other. And then the knees are in the center line of your body. So work those knees over top of each other and then the knees in the center line of the body. Find that grounding, length of the sits bones. Inhale the arms up, right hand, left shoulder, left hand to the right elbow. So you can stay here as you press the back of the head into your forearm, or a little deeper would be releasing the left arm down and around and going for that little bind. Again, work that length. And you can stay here. If you forward fold, the shoulder girdle stretch gets a little deeper. So inhale, lift and lengthen, and then exhale as you hinge at the hips, capturing your right knee with your chin. Find your variation for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Slowly come up, release your grip, arms up, and then just find whatever kind of little shake out in the shoulder girdle you need. You know that little movement to get to the other side. Place your hands, lift the hips, keep the feet where they are. You just walk the hands to the left, pivot on the feet, and then you keep walking all the way back to the front, and you should get left over right. Yep, keep going, keep going, keep going. There you go. Left over right. Inhale the arms up, lengthen. Left hand, right shoulder, right hand, left elbow. You can stay here by pressing the back of the head into that forearm, or go that step further by releasing the right arm down and under and going for your bind. And then if you want to stay here or go for that little extra stretch, inhale into the depth of posture and then exhale, hinge at the hips and forward fold. We're here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Slowly come up, release our grip, and again, shake out the shoulders. We're going to come all the way forward into our hands. Left knee becomes the base. And kick that right leg back and circle out the knee. We got a modified side plank once again. Left hand becomes the base. As you step that right foot in line with your left, raise the right arm up. Press that blade edge of that right foot down. Press into that left palm up and out of your left shoulder. Shoulders are stacked. Then we're lengthening from the blade edge of that right foot through the crown of the head. We're here for 3. Reach and stretch for 2. For 1, look at windmill the right arm forward and down. Come to your right knee. Kick the left foot behind. Shake it out. Shake out that left leg. Right hand becomes the base as we step that left foot in line with the right. And we raise that left arm up. For 3. For 2, for 1, just inhale, windmill that left arm forward and then comes right back under the shoulders. You release the left knee, press the floor away, find your downward facing dog. We're so close, we only have like 1 minute left. We're gonna hop all the way through to our sits bones. So you can find that little hop as you bring the feet straight out in front of you. I want you to inhale the arms straight up. Exhale, pull the core in and round the spine. Arms go straight out as you lower all the way to your back. Big inhale into the stretch, and then exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Big bear hug. Let it go with a lion's breath. One more of those. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Keep the right knee into the chest. Release your left leg long. Left hand to the top of your right knee, and we come directly onto our left hip as we bring that right knee over towards the office. Keep that right knee lifted as you release the right arm to the opposite side of the room. Find your breath into this twist. Find the length into this twist. A deep ring out of our digestive system. 10 more seconds, 10 more seconds. We're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to center. Inhale, full body stretch, and again, exhale, lion's breath, knees into the chest, let it go. One more of those lion's breath, big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Keep the left knee into the chest, release the right leg long. Bring that left knee towards the bathroom, and come directly. You bring the left hip directly over your right hip, so you come on your right hip. Keeping the hips stacked square. Reach your left arm long. Reach and stretch. For 5. I'm at 10. We're here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Come back to center. Inhale that full body stretch and exhale knees into the chest again. Lion's breath, let it go. Any little movement, maybe just circle through the hips. Rock and roll side to side, 30 seconds before our Shavasana. Maybe a little happy baby, kind of yogi's choice. What do you need here before we finish? Ten more seconds, 10 more seconds. Rock and roll side to side, straight through the legs, whatever you need right here, right now for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shavasana. And we are at 105, so if you need to leave, if you have to go back to work, feel free to leave. If not, just take the next few moments in Shavasana, and when you are ready to leave out of your Shavasana, just leave quietly and cautiously so that anyone else that wants to stay can. Amazing, amazing energy in this room, everybody. You work so hard. Have a great, great rest of your day. Namaste.
Namaste.